Hey guys, Johnny again from Birdvine, and I wanted to submit a video for the competition that Blu-ray Mex 23 is holding. Now, the main point of this competition is to just name 5 of some of your favorite comedies that you have in your collection, and something that you can just rewatch over and over, and I definitely have a list of my own. Number 1. Once again, I did the movie review for this one. It was my very first movie review, Bridesmaids. This movie has me laughing every single time I've watched it. And it's a movie that I can go back to for sure anytime to rewatch it. Another one of my list of favorite comedies has to be the movie Knocked Up. It has a couple of the comedians that you see nowadays in most of the comedy movies. For example, the one on the cover, Seth Rogen, hilarious guy, and it's just a really good movie. He gets a girl knocked up after they were both drunk at a club, and then he's just this low-life guy who smokes a lot and has no job, I believe, and he just has to man up to being a soon-to-be father. And the girl that he knocked up is someone completely out of his league, but in the end, it's a happy little ending. She ends up accepting him for who he is. Definitely a funny movie to watch nonetheless. And here's the one that I didn't know that this movie never made it to theaters. Definitely underrated because I think a lot of people have never heard of this. A real funny comedian, Rob Schneider, in Big Stan. He's this little short guy who goes to jail, but he kicks some behind while he's there. And it's just funny because he's so awkward in a funny way, and I just love watching him in all his movies. So Big Stan, definitely a good movie to go back and watch. Now this next movie is by Rob Schneider's partner in crime, the one and only Adam Sandler. Now the movie is definitely different from a lot of the movies that he's done. It's a one that I feel like I've made it a tradition to watch during the holidays, even though this movie is funny throughout the whole year round. It's Adam Sandler in 8 Crazy Nights. It's an animated cartoon version of himself and the story that I believe he came up with himself. Not only that, he's the voice for, I believe, over half of the characters in this movie, and it's so hilarious. I love to watch it during, holiday seasons because it is kind of a holiday themed movie, but you can definitely watch whenever year round. And last but not least, can't forget one of my 2 top favorite comedians of all time. I have all 3, but I'm only going to show the first one that they did together. None other than Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. I fell in love with this movie. It's just a real cool clash of 2 types of people coming together, making a hilarious film. I love it. It's one of my favorites that I can always go back to. Reminds me a lot of my childhood because that's when I first watched these movies. And it's a good movie to watch because both of these guys have a lot of credit under their belt for making films, both action and comedy, mainly comedy, and they're just great movies. So Rush Hour, definitely one of the top of my favorites to watch. Now that's it for my top favorite 5 comedies in my collection. This is a great competition. I think you picked a great theme in choosing comedies. Once again, this is Johnny from Birdvine. Thanks so much for watching. See you later, guys. Now the reason that this movie is my favorite, I think, hugely has to do with Heath Ledger in his role as the Joker.